I was looking at your Wikipedia page. Why do you go by Alexa and not Karen? What up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. She is the UFC's number 6th ranked women's flyweight contender, fighting Valentina Shevchenko for the undisputed women's flyweight title at UFC 285 on March 4th, riding the wave kick-started by Brandon Moreno and kicked up by Yair Rodriguez. Alexa Grasso, how are you?
Hi, I'm great, and you?
I'm doing very well. We were just talking about how, most times I interview fighters, they're late, they don't show up, they are in their car, they're going through a tunnel, they're naked, they're shirtless, they're in training camp. Alexa Grasso, on time, early, good video, sitting on the couch. I appreciate it. How have you been enjoying and dealing with everything that comes with fight week and being in a big spot like you are right now?
Well, I what I can say, UFC taught me how to do this. I've been co-main event along, a few cards, and I had my first main event. So yeah, I've been learning a lot from these experiences, and honestly, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. So it's a big opportunity for me. I'm happy. I trained well. Weight is on point. Everything is it's perfect.
Well, let's start there. You have been on an immaculate run, and this title fight is very well deserved. But part of the success has been the move to women's flyweight. What for you would you say? What do you think that the move to flyweight gave you that you were missing before? Like, why is it we're seeing the best Alexa Grasso right now?
Well, I think that there were a lot of things. I started pretty young when I started fighting. I started to grow. I was stronger, and I also, the age, I started to become more mature. So I think it was a great transition for me. This change in my life, in my body, in my mind, and I'm enjoying so much fighting more.
That's one of the things that I often, Raul Hosas Jr., who will also be on this card if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes I worry when fighters get into the UFC too young that it's sort of a make or break environment. There's no easy fight in the UFC. Um, what advice would you give to young fighters who find themselves in a position where they can join the UFC, but they're still very much maturing as people, as fighters, physically?
You have to be mature. You have to force yourself to be the best and the most pro at every single thing you do. Your papers, like to have every single thing, your visa, your passport, your birth date, the paper, every single thing you have to have it on point, to be on time to do your classes, your gym, to bring everything you need, your clothes, your gloves, every single thing you need. You have to be like extremely perfect if you want to be better every time, because you can't at this level in the UFC you can't miss anything. Your nutrition has to be perfect. Your training and conditioning have to be also perfect. So that's my advice. If you are allowed and you have the big opportunity to be in the UFC, just you have to be the most pro in every single area.
Let's talk about the Valentina fight a little bit. This sort of question gets brought up anytime someone fights a dominant champion, a Jon Jones, an Amanda Nunes, a Valentina Shevchenko. For you, how do you frame Valentina in your mind? Because for a lot of people, she might be the greatest woman we've ever seen in fighting. Do you look at her that way? Do you have to kind of bring her down? Like when you see Valentina Shevchenko, who do you see?
Well, first I have to say that I'm a super big fan of women's MMA. This is important for me to be part of this community of women that are empowering, that are fighting, that we were told we will never fight in the UFC, So right now this is big, this is huge, and I'm a super fan of every single woman that's fighting, because they were role models for me. How can you learn if you don't have any examples? So yeah, it's a big it feels great for me to be able to perform against someone like her.
I love that you brought up the fact that once upon a time it was said that women would never fight in the UFC. I'm not sure if you were we're filming this on Friday. yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of Ronda Rousey versus Liz Carmouche, the first women's fight in UFC history. Um,
I saw that fight.
yeah, amazing fight, an amazing moment. Valentina Shevchenko, do you look at her any differently than the other women you fought? Like, how do you stop the legend of Valentina from getting too big in your head?
Come on, it's impossible, She's been so dominant. She's great. I mean, I can't say any bad thing about her. Honestly, she's great. She's great. I can say anything wrong about her, but I'm always thankful with tough opponents because every single time that I have a tough opponent, I'm better. So this time I'm a lot better than the fight come before and the year before and 3 years before. So I'm super happy with my evolution, with everything I'm doing in my gym, with everything I'm doing in my life. And this is the most important fight in my life. And I'm ready to give, everything I have to win that belt.
Now, obviously, we don't want to give away too much of the game plan, but very basically, when you look at yourself and you look at Valentina, what is the biggest advantage each of you has in this fight?
Well, of course, I won't say anything about my game plan because that's a top secret that I'm gonna just show on the fight. But one thing that I can say is that my heart and my desire to will is the hugest I've ever had. I want to win this fight more than anything in this world. And yeah, my desire and my will and my heart.
I love it. I love to hear it. I was talking to my coworkers recently. For a long time, it felt like Valentina Shevchenko was just sort of being fed opponents because no one was really ready to take her on. I feel like we're seeing some really great flyweight contenders beginning to emerge. Yourself, Erin Blanchfield made a big statement. Taylor Santos gave her a hard fight. Tatiana Suarez is making her return at flyweight this Saturday for the Krylov-Spann fight. How much of a challenge do you think Shevchenko is going to have moving forward? Because to me, it seems like there's a lot of really great contenders beginning to emerge.
Yeah, flyweight division is growing so much. I'm always happy to see like all the evolution of these girls because, like I said, when you see top great contenders, it's like, hey, I have to train harder. I have to do things better. Oh, she's doing great at this. Okay, I have to be, like adjusting some things, and it's great to have good competition in the division because we are all working harder.
Speaking of Tatiana Suarez, obviously, you two have met in the past. That fight went her way. Clearly, obviously, the focus is on Valentina right now. But now that you are both completing at flyweight, is there an interest for you to sort of get a chance to avenge that loss to Suarez?
Well, first, I'm super happy that she's able to come back. I know she had a big
You're the
injury.
nicest person on the planet, Alexa.
Because I've been in those situations too. I had a big injury too, and damn, it's so hard. So I'm happy that she's back. And of course, it will be great if she stays at 125, and if the time comes and we are both, kind of ranked similar. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Alexa, talking to you is good for the soul. Just so much positivity. I love to see it.
Come on.
No, keep doing it. I think too many fighters think they have to go the Conor McGregor route. My opinion is just show who you are as a person, and people will gravitate to it. Good, bad, doesn't matter. So I love to see you being yourself. Um, do you feel like you're getting the attention you deserve heading into this fight? Because, like I said, there's so much happening at flyweight right now. Tatiana's come back. Erin Blanchfield just made a big statement. Jon Jones's return. How do you feel about sort of the attention that's being put on you and this fight?
Well, I'm happy. I can't ask for more. There's a big screen in a freeway in Las Vegas with our fight.
Yo.
On the PI, there's my face. So those things are so big to me, and I'm happy. Everything I have to do for the UFC that they say I will always do it because being part of the company, it's amazing for me.
I talked about as we begin to wrap up here, Alexa. I mentioned it off the very top. This is a crazy year for fighters representing the country of Mexico. Brandon Moreno just won his historic quadrilogy against Davison Figueiredo to reclaim the flyweight title. Yair Rodriguez is your new featherweight champion. Here you are with the chance, 3 pay-per-views in a row to be the third fighter from Mexico to win a world title. And then, Irina Aldana is not too far from a title shot herself. How does it feel for you to see the success that they've had and the support that they've given you? Because when I talk to them about it, they've been just as excited. Like Brandon was just as excited to see you and Yair fight, and Yair was just as excited to see Brandon and you win. How does it feel to have that support and sort of have their momentum guiding you into this fight?
Well, it feels great to represent Mexico right now because we're having a huge moment. We're also having the PI in Mexico City. And I've been knowing them for so long, and it's great to see them achieving and having the belts right now. It's a big, big motivation for me. And I think Mexico is growing pretty good.
What is it about the Mexican culture that has you guys so supportive of one each other? Because it's you don't really see that sort of brotherhood and sisterhood in the US or in Canada, but there's so much love between the Mexican fighters and seeing each other succeed.
Really? Is that true? Oh my God.
That's how I mean
Well,
that's how I feel, but what do I know?
well, maybe because we've been knowing for so long, maybe I don't know, but we're always there, to try to help each other. I've been knowing Brandon since he was like a blue belt, I guess. So I've been able to watch them growing and them to me too. So I don't know. It's just great that we're achieving great things. I think it's cool to support others. I know how hard it is to have a training camp, to do dieting, to get in a cage. I know how hard is that, and maybe all the fighters also know that too. And for Mexico especially, I know that it's super hard to achieve a big league like the UFC or any other league international. So I think it's nice to support others that are climbing hard.
I love it. And with the new Performance Institute, there should be a fun boom of Mexican fighters there. Alexa, before I let you go, I'd love to talk to you a little bit about stuff that's not MMA, just to get to know you a little bit better, okay?
Okay.
All right, first things first, I was looking at your Wikipedia page. Why do you go by Alexa and not Karen?
Well, because I think that Alexa is more like a superstar name.
I like it. Well, also, unfortunately, Karen has gotten a bad reputation these last few years. That's not
Not
your fault.
mine, not mine.
If you went by Karen, I think you could probably help sort of fix that image that people have when they hear that name. You would be an amazing Karen, the best Karen, I think. Okay, excuse me. What is the best Mexican food or meal of all time?
Chilaquiles.
Finally, I've been waiting for someone to say chilaquiles. Shout out to my friend Marion. I'm also on a diet right now, so I can't, but she promised me when I was done she would make me her grandmother's chilaquiles recipe, and I'm very excited.
Chilaquiles are the best.
I'm so happy to hear that. So I've never had it before. I'm in good hands, right? It's going to be amazing.
Will be.
So happy to hear that. In your opinion, who are the three greatest Mexican athletes of all time?
Um, Cain Velasquez. It has to be just MMA.
No, anything.
No, Jackie Nava. It's a boxer.
Yeah.
And who else? Who else? And I think Brandon.
I love to hear that. If you don't mind sharing, what did your parents do when you grew up, or what do they do for work now? Just tell me a little bit about what life was like with them.
Well, my mom used to work at newspaper agent, like to search for people that want to put their um company.
Their ads, commercials, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. And my dad, well, he had a car wash.
Amazing. I love it. What were some of the things you would be doing in life if not MMA?
Well, I was an amazing student. I wanted I wanted to ask for I don't know how to say that. Travel to another countries to study,
Hmm.
and I don't know, maybe a translator for a consulate or I don't know, something like that.
Very cool.
I was good at school.
So actually, a lot of people were asking. They've noticed how much your English has improved over the years. Do you have any tips for people trying to pick up another language?
Well, I've been learning also Portuguese, and I think that what helps is to read, to watch movies in the native
Hmm.
language
With
subtitles,
subtitles, yes,
and
I hear
music,
this.
try to listen music also with subtitles, to search for the words, and Duolingo.
I love it. Shout out to Duolingo. Free plug there. Alexa, it's been so nice talking to you. I don't want to take up any of your time. I'm going to do my part very quickly, and I'll leave you with the last words. So, thank you everyone for checking out the video. If you're still here, you know what you got to do. Subscribe, tap the notification bell, thumbs up. Give us your official prediction for Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 285. Maybe Mexico will go 3-0 in as many pay-per-views. Thank you to CBS Sports for empowering the video. Full feature with Alexa Grasso on cbssports.com. Alexa, if there's anything you would like to let the people know ahead of UFC 285, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for your support. You can miss this big fight. Thank you.